Hell is a perfectly valid community. A provocative statement to be sure, but truth be told, I was actually raised in a rather odd sect of essentially Protestantism that teaches that hell is a blasphemy against God, so I'm not really talking about the afterlife in this audio recording, I'm talking about this life here and now. And I am recording under quite windy conditions with a new lavalier mic with a little wind filter on it, and I'm wondering how effective that will be. Also on the side of the road, and the vehicles go by pretty loudly. Anyhow, I don't know when it started, but there is a very, very strong cliche in discussions of society's problems that what we need is more community. This comes from the mainstream, the fringe, the left, the right, the centre. Everybody's saying it. Well, maybe not quite so much the centre. We need to be less isolated, less atomised, less alienated, and this one really feels like something being shoved on our fingernails, less individualistic. And look, truth be told, I'm a more community person as well. I am making my efforts in the rural villages of North Canterbury, New Zealand, to try to get people more tuned into what they can do with their neighbours rather than excessively worry on world events and things that aren't even real. Though, of course, I also believe fiction has its place. Anyway, people say this a lot, but look, I think it's an empty platitude. Because, as I said, hell is a perfectly valid community if all you care about is that people spend more time together and know each other more. By all accounts, as far as I understand the theology, hell is a very, very, very strong community in a perverted and depraved sense of this. Saying we need more community says nothing of what virtues the community should be reinforcing, of what forms the institutions that constitute the community ought to consist of. It says nothing about who we associate with and what kind of culture we're preserving. It just says more. It's the same as saying more GDP with, no differentiation between a drunken binge and a wise investment. Both contribute to the GDP. It's make a number go up. Anyway, that is what I have to say today, is that I am disturbed by the decline of community spirit in Western societies, and I'll make my efforts, but I'm part of the problem, just like everyone else. But then on the other hand, like I said, there are issues beyond simply more community. There are issues of better community, and for that matter, why should community be the only solution to life's problems? I actually think there's such a thing as healthy time away from everybody else, which I suppose I'm partaking in right now, even if I am recording a message for the internet. And look, we are facing some enormous material problems that are quite systematic across the whole world. Yeah. More community is a cliche, it's an empty platitude, and repeating these phrases distracts one from actually properly solving problems. And also, I have to apologise for not making more audio recordings. I had another bout of the same cold. I did make one recording about the state of my craft, computer programming, but it was very, very complainy, and I decided it would be wisest to not publish it. Yeah, anyway, it's spring here in New Zealand now, and I'm always a bit startled when I realise just how affected by the weather I am. Yeah, still trying to think of a good outro phrase. Ryan McCoskrie, over and out.